Oh my goodness, are you guys as excited as I am about celebrating Michelle Yeoh? But also today we celebrate Kirk Douglas's birthday. He was born December 9th. And this marks the first ceremony of the Kirk Douglas Award of Excellence in Film since the pandemic started, and the first event we hold since the passing of Kirk, the film legend. He was a great friend of the festival, and we will always treasure his friendship. He allowed us to name the ceremony after him so we could raise funds for our educational programs, and we're indebted to him forever. So here's to Kirk. Thank you, Kirk. Kirk was very hands-on about picking each honoree that received his namesake award. And although he wasn't involved in the process of selecting tonight's honoree, I know for certain that he would approve of the choice, Michelle Yeoh. I can totally see the two of them sharing one of Kirk's favorite drinks, a dry vodka martini. Michelle's robust combination of physical and emotional acting capabilities remind me of Kirk. And besides, like Kirk, she's truly an international superstar and an icon. Don't take my word for it. A few days ago, Time magazine made it official and minted Michelle Yeoh Icon of the Year. Well deserved. Michelle was also named yesterday the National Board of Review Best Actress. So congratulations, Michelle. I think we're going to be saying congratulations a lot to Michelle. Michelle, I hope you get used to it, for there is an avalanche, a tsunami of awards coming your way. I'm just glad that we had the foresight months ago to schedule tonight's salute. Michelle Yeoh is one of the great international movie stars, and it's about time we all bow down to her. I don't know about you guys and ladies, but I've been in love with Michelle since the 1990s. When I saw her in Hong Kong action films like Yes, Madam, Police Story 3, Super Cop, where she went toe-to-toe with Jackie Chan and Holly Weapon. Yeoh is a trained martial artist, and her skills are often in display in her films. She displayed mettle, athletic grace, and charisma to spare in those films. I cheered when she was cast in Tomorrow Never Dies, and proved to be James Bond's equal. Watch the scene of Pierce Brosnan. Yes. Watch the scene of Pierce Brosnan and her riding a motorcycle in which they're handcuffed to one another. His hand is on the brake and hers on the clutch. In the year 2000, she broke my heart and everybody's hearts as Yu Shu Liang in Ang Lee's masterful Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, where she gives one of the most deeply felt performances I recall seeing. I will never forget watching her soar across courtyards and rooftops, and then in the last scene of the movie, as she can no longer remain self-contained, and she shows her feelings for her one true love. In 2018, Crazy Rich Asians. She does a show-stopping performance as Nick's Carrie mother Eleanor, and gives us a master class in comedic timing. From the frenetic environment of Hong Kong action movies, where Michelle performed most of her stunts, to more reflective films in which she displays her psychological and emotional depth, Yeoh has proven herself to be a nimble and unforgettable presence in movies. And then last April came Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Oh my goodness. In the lead role of Evelyn, Michelle synthesizes all of her past experiences as an actor in all the different genres of films she's ever performed, channels the strength of her physicality, combines it all with deep well of emotions and comedic prowess to portray a middle-aged woman who is forced into a showdown with a ruthless universe and her taxes. In a performance that recalls the physicality of Buster Keaton, she displays fatigue, exasperation, amusement, delight, panic, joy, grief, seduction, tenderness, and sometimes all of the emotions I mentioned in one scene. There's not a single false move in her moves. Action sequences, check. Comedic scenes, check. Heavy-duty drama, check. It's also, it's also the first time that we get to see our beloved Michelle play someone who seems tentative, who has gray hairs in her head, someone not in full control of her body. And the first time that the towering elegance that we have known, that regal quality that she's displayed in her past is absent. Instead, there's a neurotic, lovable, exciting, endearing human being in front of our eyes who recalls most of us. The directors of Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, the Daniels, are here tonight. Guys, the Daniels, guys, on behalf of all the cinephiles in the world, thank you for letting us see a Michelle we'd never seen before. Thank you for unleashing the beast within her. We will be forever in your debt. Michelle, thank you for being here tonight. How fortunate we all are that you're in this world. Thank you for all the entertaining you've given us. Thank you for the tears. Thank you for the laughs. We love you. And we've created a montage to show all the love we feel for you. Let's take a look. Enjoy.
Hello. I'm sorry to interrupt your dessert, but we have an icon in our midst. I'm not going to look at her because if I do, I'll probably cry. So we'll just do this from the paper down here. In Hong Kong, 1984, with popped collar, slicked back hair, and guns blazing, Michelle Yeoh was filming her first lead role as Inspector Ong, as you just saw in Yes, Madam. In 1984, on the other side of the world, I was stuck in my mother's uterus for 16 hours trying to get out and making her question every decision she ever made in her life. As my misshapen head grew back into form, Michelle's career was skyrocketing. But our lives intersected in 1994 as I sat next to my dad watching a pirated laserdisc of Super Cop that he had brought back with him from Taiwan. Fast forward to 2018 when Daniels and I were on our way to meet the very Michelle Yeoh that I was raised on, and needless to say, I was a little nervous. After all, as the saying goes, don't meet your idols, especially the idols who can kick you through a fucking wall. But as everyone here could suspect, the second I met Michelle, I was met with such warmth. It was as though I was reconnecting with an old friend. She gave us big hugs, made some jokes, asked us if we'd eaten. We said yes. She still ordered way too much food. Asked us if we were hungry. We said no. She insisted that we eat. We definitely ate. And I instantly felt like I was home. So fast forward again to 6 weeks into production on Everything Everywhere All at Once. We were filming the emotional climax of our film in a small laundromat parking lot in San Fernando. And in this parking lot, Michelle gave me one of the greatest gifts of my professional life. As she poured her heart, Mazel Tov, as she poured her heart out to her daughter, radiating love through that now iconic close-up, I sat in a dark tent, transfixed to the monitor as the purity of her performance teleported me to a place I'd never been to on any film set ever before. As I watched without my volition, tears began streaming down my face, and at cut, I remember releasing my breath, my shoulders relaxed, and I came undone. Undone because held within her performance was a multitude, and in that multitude was me, my family, the entirety of Evelyn, the entirety of Michelle, the entirety of her career, the entirety of her struggle, the entirety of a woman who has dedicated her life to this craft, so that when it was time for her to encapsulate the multiverse within herself, she was able to hold that space for us and deliver a knockout punch to our hearts with a single look. Her power, her resilience, her love, her passion, her fears, her insecurities, all conveyed through that single close-up. That is power. That is excellence. That is Michelle Yeoh. Cate Blanchett aptly lauded this power Michelle holds as gobsmacking volcanic energy. Of course, that energy has been seen through the great martial arts and stunts performances she's brought us over the decades. But when the camera pushes in and the kicks fall back, Michelle has the ability to bottle that energy into the smallest of spaces, like light reflecting over countless mirrors, intensifying with each bound. That light then radiates through the screen like a nuclear blast. And as we are washed in her glow, we are seen and we are healed. I truly don't know how she does it, but I, and I think all of us here, will forever delight in that glow. I'm beyond honored to share this moment with you, Michelle, our matriarch, and on behalf of our entire Everything Everywhere family, we love you so damn much. And with that, thank you. And with that, it is my joy to welcome you all to sit in the strength, the grace, and the power that is Michelle Yeoh as we look back at some of the iconic moments from her incomparable career.
It goes without saying that this award means a lot to everybody at the Santa Barbara Film Festival. Not only, as we mentioned in the past, this evening, all the funds go towards the educational programs that we do, but also Kirk Douglas entrusted us with his name and for this evening. And I'm just very emotional thinking that Kirk and his legacy and bestowed us and trusted us with that. And I couldn't think of anybody more deserving than Michelle Yeoh to deserve this award. And I'm doubly excited by the fact that to present the award to Michelle is the directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once that are the most innovative, insane, best directors you can imagine. They have directed the best film of the year and have gotten the best performance of the year out of Michelle. So please welcome the writer-directors of Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Daniels.
Thank you, Santa Barbara. We wrote all this stuff, but it feels like obsolete now because I feel like the speeches have been wonderful. These clips, these montages of Michelle's incredible work, it's like, it gives you chills, gives me goosebumps. It's hard not to feel like a little piece of shit right now. But honestly, it's such an honor to be here to present this award to someone who has meant so much to me and my family, to both of us, for most of our lives, honestly. Tonight is Michelle's night, but honestly, from our perspective, it feels like this is Michelle's year. Yes, exactly. Obviously, we're biased a little bit. It's a fun fact, but 2022 is, in the lunar calendar, it's the year of the water tiger. You know, yes. And the water tiger, it happens every 60 years. So this is a big deal. And it's significant for a lot of different reasons, but tonight, most notably, 60 years ago, was the exact same year that Michelle Yeoh was born. And so it really does feel, even if you don't believe in this stuff, it does feel like this is a very special year for her. Tonight's not just a night where we're giving her an award. Tonight is a night where we're experiencing a prophecy fulfilled. You know? So. That's not true. Like I said, I wrote the script. I'm not even going to read it.
No, it's my turn.
Okay, sorry.
It's my turn. I'm also named Daniel. Hello. So Michelle's bonkers. Just this year, she released 3 movies. Ours is one of them. She also released a TV show, and there's another TV show about to come out in a couple weeks. And she's been promoting all those things. And then, maybe this is violating a non-disclosure or something, but she also shot 3 more TV projects this year and film stuff. It's bonkers. Get ready. There's more stuff coming. But it just makes us feel like we really cast the right lady for our movie because she's everything everywhere. And you're going to keep seeing her, which is great. Okay, your turn again.
I like our script. This is nice. I had a whole section about my childhood growing up with Michelle, but I feel like John did such a good job of it. Roger did such a good job of just recapping what she's done. And I feel like I'm just going to just talk off the cuff about what specifically Michelle Yeoh meant for my family. My father also got all the bootlegs from Hong Kong. My father's from Hong Kong. And, my family, there's a lot of neurodiversity in the family. And, being from an immigrant family, no diagnosis, no one knows how to talk to each other. And the way that we talked to each other was kung fu films. That was our love language. My uncle Tony, literally, you can tell him the name of any kung fu film and he'll tell you the cast, the year it came out, the director. He is like an encyclopedia, like I said, neurodiverse. And so Michelle Yeoh was our family's little secret. And so watching her, over the years it was very much, she was like our, I don't even know if the spirit animal is the right word, but watching our country discover her with Tomorrow Never Dies was such a beautiful moment because it felt like a moment where we were vindicated and we realized, oh, it's not just us, And the funny thing about it is our family wasn't the only one. It's every Asian family in this country and around the world. Michelle has meant so much, and we've had a chance to witness this firsthand, traveling around the country, traveling around the world with this movie. It's the closest thing I think we'll ever experience to Beatles mania. Just watching the impact that Michelle has had on everyone, and so it's thrilling to be here tonight to even be a small part of her career. Like those montages, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So we started writing our movie back in 2016, and when we started writing it, we were like instantly imagining like, what if Michelle Yeoh was in our movie, and that gave us an excuse to start rewatching these movies that we've been seeing clips from, and it was so inspiring and intimidating to rewatch things like Wing Chun and Yes Madam and Sunshine and Memoirs of a Geisha, and try to like figure out like, oh, is there any way we could bottle up some of that magic in our movie? And honestly, like the dream of potentially working with Michelle Yeoh was like such a carrot on a stick for us that like kept us working harder and making us want to write a better movie. And we were like, oh, this will be worth it even if she says no, you know, just this like dream. And holy cow, like now we're here and we got to make it. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, we just thought it was like, it bears repeating that like our movie literally wouldn't exist without her. Her enthusiasm, like after reading the script, like got it greenlit. Like she read the script and we were scared of like how she might react. We'd never met this lady, and she believed in it wholeheartedly for the past like 4 years. And although she did tell us like that if it turned out bad, she would kill us. So, and we're alive, so it worked out. But she's, I mean, if you haven't seen our movie, she's literally in every single scene. I think she was really bummed when we were shooting the film, and I told her that there's one scene in the movie that's just rocks talking, and I told her, like, that's not going to be part of principal photography. I'm sorry, you don't get a day off. I think she got like maybe a half a day off over the course of an 8-week shoot, and she just came in every day and worked her ass off. This is the part that's like call and response. You ready?
Oh, okay, we're gonna do that. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so obviously, like he said, we wouldn't be here without Michelle. None of you would even know our names or our faces. Like, we owe so much to her. When our movie works and when it's relatable, it's because of her. It's because of her incredible performance. She is able to ground our ridiculous story with hot dog fingers and talking rocks and make you cry. It's because of her.
When our movie's funny, it's either because she's playing against type and showing off her comedic chops, or she's giving the audience the perfectly relatable what the fuck reaction to make you laugh at our silly stuff.
And when the movie's fun and it's thrilling, it's just Michelle doing what she does best. She's kicking ass on screen and making it look amazing. And this is, exactly, even though this film is obviously very moving, like that is why we wanted to make this movie. We wanted to make a really good fucking good kung fu movie with Michelle Yeoh. Like that was, dream fulfilled.
We always curse at these things, I'm sorry. But when our film breaks your heart, and it has broken so many people's heart this year, it's because the audience believes every second of her performance. You viscerally feel every emotional beat that her character's going through. Her performance in our film is the culmination of so many things we had seen and you've now seen her do over the last several decades, and so much more. And honestly, like, we didn't know until the press tour, in some ways, how much the movie meant to Michelle. It was like watching her talk about it to journalists, like that we heard her talk about. You have to watch this GQ interview, like it makes me cry every time. But she read our script and she saw that like this would give her a chance to show the world that she, like the character of Evelyn that she plays, is capable of so much more than the people around her know. That she has so much more to show the world and so much more to offer, which is so beautiful. And But her never telling us that is classic Michelle. She keeps her vulnerability close to her. She has to protect her sweet candy center because I really believe that her superpower isn't her martial arts skills, as incredible as they are. It's not her simmering intensity. It's not how scary she can be, like in that Crazy Rich Asians scene, or how beautiful she is, or her dance skills. Her real superpower is her vulnerability. And I'm glad that she hides that sometimes, and that she protects that until the cameras roll, and that's when she lets us in and shows us that really sweet, genuine side of her. Because this world can really harden people, and this industry can really harden people, and somehow she's not been hardened by it over the years. And so neither are her characters. And so even when she's playing the villain, or she's riding a motorcycle onto a train, the audience sees like there's like a vulnerable side to that character, and they can relate to her. I really think she's a treasure, and in the spirit of Michelle, if this industry or the world hardens her or messes with her, I will kill you. I will find you, protect her.
We're going to end our long, meandering speech with this last bit of vulnerability that we actually saw on set. We were about halfway through the shoot, and Michelle turned to us and you know, basically in a moment of wistful musing, very she asked this what if question to us. She said, what if I had a chance to do a movie like this early on in my career? Because every day you guys are asking me to do something new, something different, something I haven't done before, and I'm scared, but I'm having fun, and it's exciting. And she said, I just can't help but wonder where my life would be if I had a chance like this early on. And it was a beautiful moment of vulnerability, and very humbling for us to hear that from someone like Michelle, who has had a career that anyone would envy. But what I love about looking back on that moment is I can say to Michelle, I don't think you have to wonder anymore, because whatever happens in the next 10, 20, 30 years with your careers, we're going to see it. We're going to see what your life can be, and you're going to continue to take risks. You're going to continue to surprise yourself and the audience. And I'm so grateful to be just a small part of it. Michelle, thank you for changing my life and my family's life before I met you, and thank you for changing our lives with this movie. Thank you so much. I'm so, please welcome me, or please help me, join me in welcoming Michelle Yeoh to the stage. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is very surreal. I think if I show that I'm vulnerable every single time, you won't believe that I'm going to kill you, so. This is the first time I'm in Santa Barbara. Coming here, it's so obvious you have such a beautiful place. And now tonight, I can see that you have such beautiful people. And this will not be the first or last time I'll come back. Linda, where are you? Oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you. And I love your centerpieces. Your gift means so much to me, so I hope you will allow me to donate $10,000 to your cause. No, thank you. All right, the rest of you better follow suit, okay? Roger, where are you? Can I take you on my campaign trail, please? No, you already signed up, right? we're taking you home with us. Sorry, Dan. You're going to have to lose him for a couple of months, okay? No, seriously, this is... I only found out that I'm the only recipient of the awards tonight. I could not have imagined that so many of you would have turned up for me. So thank you to everyone who has helped in many ways to organize this incredible evening. And thank you to every single one of you for being here tonight to make this such a special night. Jonathan Daniels, you're not going to get away for that. But thank you most of all to Michael Douglas and the committee of the Santa Barbara International Film Festival for this unimaginable honor. It's true, I have been in this business for a long time. And every so often, I have one of those pinch me moments where something amazing happens that feels like a dream. And I ask myself, how did this happen? How did I get from being a little girl from Ipoh, Malaysia, to being here? Yeah. And tonight, receiving the Kirk Douglas Award is one of those nights. Well, not just for the length of his career, or the 3 Academy Awards he won, or the almost 100 movies he made and produced with his iconic performances in films like Spartacus, Path of Glory, 7 Days in May, and Billy Wilder's Ace in the Hole, and not even because he was one of the last great larger-than-life stars of old Hollywood. No, the reason I am so grateful and honored to get this award tonight is because of something he said that guided his career and informed his every choice, and clearly came through in every role he played and spoke to me as a little girl in the audience. What was that? What were those pearls of wisdom? As he put it, in order to achieve anything, you must be brave enough to fail. In my long and winding career, I cut my teeth in 1980s in Hong Kong cinema, literally kicking, punching, and flipping my way into the scene, figuring it out as we went. One of the most important things I learned when I started doing stunts is that it's scary. It's daunting, but once you accept the challenge, you had to commit. It doesn't matter if I'm taking a punch, dodging a kick, or falling out of a moving car. There's no room for hesitation. You must confront it with complete, total, utter commitment. Because in order to achieve anything, you've got to be brave enough to know you can fail, but don't let that stop you. Even without knowing Mr. Douglas, fearless way of thinking affected many choices that I made. By the 90s, in London and ocean away from Hong Kong, I'm suddenly the Bond girl. Fighting alongside 007 against global world domination. And then by 2000, it seemed around every corner was some new adventure. I'm a high-flying woman warrior running across rooftops in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. A super loving, intimidating, I'm not scary, mean mom, okay? Come on, guys. She's a loving mom. And then Star Trek Discovery captain. a Marvel comic book heroine. So with every turn, with every twist, and with every role, I simply said, why not? I will commit totally. I will do my best. I will be brave and unafraid of failure. It wasn't easy. It wasn't always that simple. And I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I had sleepless nights before I made some crazy choices. Beyond the stamina, the tenacity, I think it is the willingness to rise to a challenge and embrace the unknown. Because if one thing is certain about life, it is nothing is certain. The industry you enter as a young artist has almost no resemblance to the industry you find yourself working in, which has almost no resemblance to the industry you rise to prominence in, which has almost no resemblance in the industry that eventually gives you an award like tonight. Think about it. Kirk Douglas' first film in 1946, and his last was in 2008. This is a man who witnessed the rise of talkies, the rise of Technicolor, and the rise of Twitter. And even I have lived through the eras of video cassettes, video stores, DVDs, and streaming. What a world. Today, as actresses, we may finally just be turning the corner on the glass ceiling of age. I'm blessed. I'm blessed and fortunate to still be an actor in a time when women's voices and women's talents are louder and more visible than ever. And I am so grateful and lucky that today, the importance of representation is also finally being embraced. Yeah. How essential and enlightened and just right it is to finally see different cultures and different faces and different backgrounds and abilities played on the screen. And I am incredibly proud that maybe, just maybe, I played some tiny part in all that. I couldn't have imagined that I would get one of my best roles going into my 60s. Did I just say that? What a tiger. The role of Evelyn Wong in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was a precious gift and a huge challenge. I can't think of a film or a role I played and tested the idea that you need to commit totally and be unafraid to fail the way Evelyn did. And at the same time, I can't think of a better family to have tumbled through the multiverse with. To the amazing Daniels, who had the courage to write this. Took two of them to do it, okay? Jonathan. Well, Key, Stephanie, and Jamie are not here, but they're always close to our hearts. If coming to work on Everything Everywhere was like jumping off a really high waterfall, we did it all together, cast and crew. We joined hands, locked eyes, fearless, committed, unafraid, whooping joyfully all the way. I also have to thank A24, Leyline, Russo Brothers, who believed in the Daniels, who in turn believed in us. You all have taught me to commit as I have never done before. You are the cream cheese, the lox, the capers, to my everything bagel. And that's what it's all about, right? The journey, the uncertainty. Oops. Okay. Don't laugh. I'm very intimidating. The surprising destination. After all, that's why we go to the movies. To be surprised, to be entertained and see what life is about. Our hopes, our dreams, the unknown, the unexpected, the weird, and the wonderful. So every chance you can get, as Evelyn would say, you put on those damn hot dog fingers and give it your best. In the end, my hope is that maybe, hopefully, my work has uplifted or comforted or inspired others the way that Kirk Douglas did for me, and that we can all raise each other up by facing the unknown with humor, humility, humanity, kindness, and bravery, both in our work and in our lives. Well, one thing I do know tonight, that you have made me stand just a little bit taller and a little bit prouder of what I've tried to accomplish. So I thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for this incredible moment and this high honor, which I will cherish forever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, all of you. Oh. Okay, now I can have a drink. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.